First thing I want to say, obviously, awesome crowd again, man. 89, 86, or whatever it is, all year long. I've said this before. When I came back, we wanted to get this place rocking, and the students did their part all year. The community did their part all year, and just a great basketball environment. I want to thank our seniors. Tommy Schmock and Jason Carter, were both with us for 1 year, and I want to thank them for trusting me and us to come try to be part of something special. And both of them have done a great job all year long, fitting in, seamlessly. Obviously, John Tanarovich doesn't play a whole lot; he's a walk-on, but he's a big voice behind the scenes, and was a big part of our success the last 3 years. And Ben Vander Plas, what can you say? Got a little emotional when he came out, just what he's meant to me personally, what he's meant to our team for 3 years, what he's meant to this university, how he carries himself on the court, off the court. Wish we could have sent those guys out a win in their last home game here. First half was disappointing, coming out. I thought they were the more intense team, had more effort the first 20 minutes, and we made some mental mistakes, and I didn't think we had a presence defensively, the first 20 minutes. I mean, for them to shoot, whatever they shot, 64%. We only forced 3 turnovers. And, I thought that was the big difference in the game. Them just coming out. They hit some tough shots at the shot clock, hit 2 threes. Ollie hit 2 tough runners going left. And we didn't have the defensive presence we needed to win the game for 40 minutes.
You said he's meant a lot to you. Can you give us any specifics there about Ben Vander Plas?
Yeah, I think he could have left. He could have left after when I got the job. He could have left after year 1. Went to any Big Ten school he wanted to. He could have left last year. After a great tournament run. And there's some blind faith and trust involved, especially what he's went through, and someone who didn't recruit you. And I love him like my son, and he's been 2 feet in, from day one. He's never wavered. He works hard. He's he exemplifies what you want in your program. A great student, guy who loves the game of basketball. He's a great teammate. He's going to end up top 15 scoring, and he's going to be one of the best players ever to play here.
First half was obviously not what you wanted, Jeff. I thought their ability to blitz or the quick double teams, I thought that took you guys out of any kind of rhythm offensively. Do you agree that was a major issue on that end of the floor?
Yeah, definitely. When you struggle offensively, your defense has got to be able to create something. And we normally disrupt and force turnovers. We only forced 3 in the first half. And for them to outscore 17-2 on turnovers, second half we were better. That's the intensity we needed, the effort level we needed. But against Toledo, at Kent, it was the same thing. The opponent was the more aggressive team, and I think that was the disappointing thing of what was at stake, what was on the line. Senior night, you're playing for first place, but give them credit. They came out, punched us in the mouth, and they're double team. We knew they were going to do it. They did it, all game long. Up at Akron, the last 6 minutes, they went quicker. Their rotations were a little quick, and it's the ultimate, badge of honor when someone double teams you, right? You draw 2 defenders, and now it's 4v3. And I thought we got the ball out, sometimes, but not all the time. The cutting's got to be there. I think we were 4 for 14. We got good looks, out of the swings, and you got to make them.
Coach, did Akron kind of change anything up from the game back in early January? There's a lot of time that kind of went in between those from very early in the conference to very late in the conference schedule. Was there anything you saw different from them that kind of shifted around or kind of caught you off guard?
Yeah, I don't think so. We knew what they're going to do defensively, offensively. They got rid of a player. They got rid of 2 players, obviously, for whatever issue. And a lot of times when that happens, your team rallies together. And Greg Tribble, I thought he was really good. He can't shoot very well, but he can drive, and that's what he did. put a lot of pressure on us on the drive. Those other guys stepped up, without Trimble being in. And, Ali had 22. We did a really good job last, 7-8 minutes, but the first 20 or 32, he was really good and carried him. He and Freeman, I think, had 24, 27 points at halftime, and that was they just didn't feel us defensively. Did whatever they wanted.
Was it a good thing or just a really aggravating thing that you guys didn't miss from Korea inside the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, you're taking some shots you normally don't take, and you're down so much, you got to get back into it, and give our guys credit for hitting them. We made a run there at the end, but when the first 2 wars, the second half, we were like, hey, we got to cut this to 14-13 after the first war, 11-10 after the second war, and after those 2 wars, we were still even. And when you're down 20, you're not gonna go on a 20-0 run against a good team. And I thought those first 2 wars were really crucial. There were some momentum we had going, and even late, I think we cut it to 12, 13, maybe 14.
You got the single digits.
Yeah, I mean, we gambled on a pass, and they drove in, and got an easy shot. And obviously, we were fouling, a lot at the end. And the guys stepped up and hit those free throws.
Coach, you guys have lost, 2 of your last 3, and a common, trend throughout the season has been the slow starts. How concerning is that trend, going into MAC tournament play?
Yeah, we talked about it after the game. It's like, when you play really good teams, you can't dig a deep hole, right? You can do that against teams that you might be better than. I think just, that was the game. We got off to a slow start offensively, defensively, and I told the guys, like, in 2 weeks when you're playing, Akron in if a 1-4 game or whatever game. You might play Kent State in the semifinal, might play Toledo in the championship game. And in order to win, right, you can't get off to those slow starts. You have to exceed the energy level, intensity level, and hopefully we'll get a chance, to make that same run.
Coach, I noticed you've had a pretty tight rotation with BVP, Jason Carter, Mark Sears, Miles, and Tommy Schmock getting most of the minutes, and Ben Roderick starting but only playing 12 minutes. What was the decision-making into the rotations for this game in particular?
Yeah, a lot of it's game by game, and it's a feel. Obviously, if Ben's hitting shots, he'll play more if he's playing better defense. And I think the way they were playing offensively, our 3 best perimeter defenders are Mark Sears, Miles Brown, and Tommy Schmock. And second half, we kind of went away from our offense and did more of a 4-out 1-in. Took Mark Sears off the ball a little bit to have Tommy bring the ball up. And I thought we were able to create some things out of that. And so it's more game to game. It's a feel, and kind of who's playing well in situations.
Do you guys need to be the 1 seed to win? How do you approach this last week, knowing that you're already there? But is it just about playing better, I guess, at this point, or are you worried about a regular season championship?
Well, I mean, we need some help, right? We're half a game out right now, and I'm not sure if Toledo plays tomorrow, but I know, they play at Buffalo at some point. And, so you need help in order to win it. But we've always, from day one, said control what you can. And then if you need help, you can't count on it, but it'd be great if it happened. And I think the big thing is just coming back, responding. We got 2 tough road games. BG got rid of a couple guys, so I'm sure it was a very similar deal where those guys are coming together and, the chemistry's better. They score a lot of points, so defensively we got to be really good. And then, you're playing a Northern Illinois team who's really good at home, running a lot of good stuff. So I think for us, it's we'll take tomorrow off, we'll come back in Sunday, Monday, prepare for BG, which we haven't seen them in a long time. So we'll take a look at what they did, what we did for game 1. But we got 2 games left, both on the road, and we got to have the same type of mentality.
Anything else?
All right, appreciate y'all.
Ben or Jason, either one of you, were the issues in the first half tonight the same that you saw a week ago at Ken, or were they different, or similar, or, how would you describe the two halves from the last two Friday nights?
I think, obviously we don't hit shots. We were missing some open ones, but we got to stop using that excuse. They came out and punched us in the mouth. We didn't pressure them. We didn't take them out on anything they wanted to do. They kind of just got to run through their offense how they wanted to, how they probably practiced it. So that's 100% on the defensive end. Like you can defend enough to cover some missed shots, but we just weren't able to do that in the first half.
You feel the same way, Jason, that the issues the last two Friday nights start on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, usually all year our defense leads the offense if we're not hitting shots where we can get out, get a few easy ones, see the ball go through the hole. So yeah, we just got to get off the better starts.
And Jason, obviously they came out pretty physically kind of shoving around, obviously. Did that physicality kind of change from the first time you faced these guys? What did they change up to kind of trip you guys up?
I don't know if it's physicality. I know we weren't prepared for the double team like we should have been. We wanted to get the ball inside, and they did a great job of going right away, and we did not handle that well. And then when we did handle it well, I mean, we got to either make layups, make shots, and I think that was a big piece in that first half that we were not ready for.
Yeah, I think along with that, the first game was still physical, but we were physical back to them. This game, we just kind of backed down from it to start the game, which is not what you want to do to set the tone for a game.
Was there a concern level with you guys? I know we get kind of prisoner of the moment kind of deal, but two of the last three games that you haven't been real good in the first half. Is there anything that concerns you guys as players or members of this roster?
Obviously, you don't want to, the way we played isn't how you want to do it. But moving forward, I'm not concerned. I know we got guys who are going to come in and work to fix these issues that we're having right now. So yeah, it doesn't concern me moving forward because I know we got a mature group who's going to continue to work on it. We got a great coaching staff that's going to continue to coach us through it. So yeah, not really too worried about it moving forward. But it is something that we got to address and something we got to fix.
You guys have handled prosperity pretty well all year, Jason. Is this kind of the first time you've been punched in the face in short succession? And two in the last 8 days.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to say. I think our group has done a great job handling both. I thought we responded well after the Kent game. It's just we got to make sure we take this game, we respond well the next game, which I know we will. We have a great group of guys who keeps a level head, and a great coaching staff that keeps a level head as well.
Ben, you guys struggled to make shots, and then you hit everything in the last 2 minutes. Is that frustrating, or just seeing shots go in is a good thing to carry over for next week?
Yeah, I mean, we know we can make them. I think it's as simple as that. We know we can make them. It's just that we gotta come in with that confidence from the jump when it's 0-0, not when we're down 20. Just kind of letting it fly. So if we can come into games, just with that confidence, that swagger of just not really thinking about it too much and just playing. Just remembering that you're playing the game of basketball. It should be fun out there, and just letting it fly. If we can do that from the jump, it's gonna be a big help for us.
I know the game didn't go the way you wanted it to, Jason, but it was a night where you were probably reflecting before the game. Did this year go as well as you had hoped? I mean, up to this point?
I mean, it's exceeded any expectations I had. I mean, this group of guys, they mean a lot to me with the way they brought me in after leaving and everything. It's like a whole new group, whole new staff. And, it's been a fun year, and that's the biggest thing is I want to get back having fun, enjoying basketball, and that I have done this year. And it's credit to these guys, the coaching staff, and, I didn't want to go out with a loss, but we still got basketball to play, and I'm going to keep moving forward.
Says you're not supposed to be able to go back home once you leave, but that was not the case with you this year, right? There was a comfort level right from the start when you came back.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously Ben helps, but the guys, were awesome. Coaching staff was awesome. The fans have been amazing as well. And like it's meant a lot to me to see how everybody has brought me back in.
What are some things that you two, or even the squad itself, need to improve on to try to repeat as MAC champions?
Kind of what we talked about a little bit with the way we start games. I think we've seen it the whole year. It's kind of the trend is if we come out at the start of the game, swinging, playing physical, taking teams out of what they want to do, we're able to jump off to that quick 10, 12-point lead. And we did a pretty good job the entire year holding on to that. And the games that we kind of backed down to start, the other teams did that to us. It obviously didn't, those games haven't turned out the way that we want. So I think that's probably going to be the biggest focus for us moving forward for the rest of the season.
Will you guys stay on the road after next week? You got the games at BG and then at Northern. Do you even know at this point if you'll be spending much time in this building? Tonight?
I think we practice here, obviously the next 2 days, and then head off to BG. I think we come back, practice again, head to NIU, and I'm assuming we'll come back after that too before we head to Cleveland.
What's the biggest thing, as one of the guys who went through that run last year, Ben, what's the biggest thing you're going to try to convey to the team this season and getting ready for that? Or even you, Jason, you played so much basketball too. What things does this team need to know going into a tournament situation? Is it more of the same stuff that you were kind of talking about, I guess?
Yeah, basically a lot of stuff we've talked about, but just especially these last 2 games and then the MAC tournament, nothing's guaranteed. You got to play that full 40, and more than ever, you just got to take it one possession at a time. But yeah, if you're fortunate enough to make it to the MAC championship, that's 3 games in 3 days. It's a lot of minutes, taking care of your body, getting great sleep. But again, just knowing that the next game's not guaranteed, so just giving it everything you got when you're able to step out on the court.
Anything you want to add to that, Jason?
No, that was honestly a perfect explanation.
Yeah, that's the danger in asking Ben the question first.
Anything else, guys?
One last thing, again, I know I've done it before. Last game of the Convo this year, big shout out to the fans. You guys showed up big time tonight. You guys showed up all season. It was a lot of fun to play in front of you guys. Having the student section back was awesome. Just everybody in the community coming together. It was really cool to see everybody support. So big shout out to everyone on the season. And we're not done yet. So we can finish these last 2 games and we'll see you guys down in Cleveland.